You know that moment when you're scrolling through Reddit and something just clicks. Like the universe said, "Hey, this one's worth a video." It's not just a post, it's a puzzle. A whisper of something profound, wrapped in the most mundane of places. Like a secret hiding in plain sight.
And then you read it, and it's like a warm blanket on a rainy day. It's not just about love, it's about connection, the kind that makes you feel less alone in the world. It's simple, but it's deep, like a lullaby that makes you want to curl up and feel everything at once. So here we are, chasing that feeling, that spark, that pure moment of being seen, heard, and understood. Let's dive in. So what exactly are we talking about? Well, it's not just a feeling. It's something deeper, like the first time you saw a rainbow after a storm. It's that rush of awe, that quiet magic that makes your heart skip a beat. It's the kind of love that doesn't need words. It's in the way your eyes meet, in the silence between two people who understand each other without saying a thing. It's the love that grows when you let yourself be vulnerable, when you let someone in, and they respond with kindness, patience, and a little bit of magic. It's not about grand gestures or perfect moments. It's about showing up, day after day, with a smile and a willingness to share your life with someone else. So yeah, it's not just love. It's the purest form of it, the kind that makes you feel like you're not just alive, but truly, deeply, and beautifully connected. You think you're not into love stories? You're just not looking. The purest form of love is the kind that doesn't need a script, just a shared glance and a silence that speaks volumes. It's the kind of love that's quiet, like a soft breeze that carries your name without you asking. You feel it, but you don't always know why. It's in the way someone remembers your favorite coffee order, or the way they smile just for you, even when the world is loud and chaotic. You secretly care about this because you felt it before, that soft, unspoken connection that makes your heart do a little dance even when you don't understand it. So maybe you don't need a grand declaration or a dramatic gesture. Sometimes, love is just a quiet moment, shared between two people who know exactly what they mean without saying a word. And that's why you should secretly care about the purest form of love. Because it's the kind of love that doesn't just make your heart feel good, it makes your whole world feel lighter. So we're diving into the history of pure love, and let's be honest, it's like a time machine with a heart. From ancient scrolls to modern-day memes, love's been around since the dawn of time, or at least since we started drawing hearts on cave walls. In ancient Egypt, love wasn't just for the gods, it was also for the people. Pharaohs had love letters, and even the common folks had their own version of a love potion, like really good food and a lot of eye contact. Then came the Greeks, who turned love into an art form. They had love gods, love poems, and even a festival dedicated to love, because, honestly, it's worth celebrating. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, and love became a bit more dramatic. Knights pledged their lives to their ladies, and some of them actually did, like literally. Love was both a weapon and a weapon of mass distraction. Then came the Renaissance, where love got a little more romantic, and a little more complicated. Artists painted love, poets wrote about it, and people started to realize that love could be messy, beautiful, and totally confusing. And now, we're here, in the 21st century, where love is just a tap on a screen, a hashtag, or a meme. But somehow, it's still the same old magic, just faster and a little more chaotic. Love is like a sunbeam that follows you everywhere, even when you're hiding under a blanket. It's not about big words or fancy gestures, it's about being there, even if you're just holding hands in the dark. Love is the way you make someone feel safe, like they're the only person in the whole world. It's the way you laugh when they make a silly face, even when you're tired and ready to sleep. Love is the quietest thing in the world. It's just you and them, sharing the same sky. So, the first step in this purest form of love is the setup. It starts with a simple act, like placing a flower in a vase, or maybe even a cup of tea on a windowsill. It's about creating a little space where something beautiful can quietly bloom. You don't need grand gestures or elaborate plans. Just a little intention, a quiet moment, and the promise that someone will notice. It's like setting the stage for a dance that only one person will ever see. This setup isn't about being seen, it's about being ready. It's like building a bridge before someone arrives, knowing they might never come. But the act of building it is love in its purest, quietest form. The setup is the beginning of a conversation with the world, or with someone, or with yourself. It's the first note in a song that hasn't been sung yet, waiting for the right moment to play. And that's how it begins. With a vase, a cup, a bridge, or a note. With nothing more than the courage to let something grow, even if it's just in your own quiet heart. So, step 2 is the mechanism, the way love actually gets built, brick by brick, like a little Lego castle of feelings. It's not just about the spark, it's about how you stack the pieces together. You see, love isn't a single snap. It's a series of small, deliberate actions. Like putting on a sweater, you layer it in, one stitch at a time, until it's warm and cozy. It's like baking a cake. You measure, you mix, you wait for it to rise. and then you get to enjoy the sweetness of it all. But the real work is in the mixing. So, step 2 isn't just about how love works, it's about how it grows. It's the quiet, consistent effort that turns a spark into a flame and a flame into a fire. In the end, the mechanism is just love in action, showing up, showing care, and showing that you're in this together even when the pieces are still being put in place. So here's the clever twist. It's not just about the love, it's about the absence of love. Like, what happens when you take love out of the equation and let something else take its place? You see, it's like a puzzle. You remove the piece that's supposed to fit, and then something entirely new starts to take shape. It's not chaos, it's creation . This twist isn't just about love, it's about what you leave behind . Because sometimes, the most beautiful thing that comes from love is the space it leaves for something else. It's like magic, but it's also math. Love subtracted, and something else multiplied. It's the kind of twist that makes you rethink everything. So in the end, the purest form of love isn't about holding on, it's about letting go and letting something else grow in its place. Love, in its purest form, is like a spark in the dark, a flicker of energy that lights up the whole room. It's not just feeling, it's chemistry, it's a dance of atoms and hormones. When two people are in love, their brains light up like fireworks, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, all swirling around like confetti in the air. Even the body plays its part. Heart rate, brain waves, the way your skin tingles when you're near someone you love. It's all a symphony of science. So love isn't just a feeling. It's a whole universe, tiny and glowing, humming with the music of the human heart. The science is there, but the magic? That's still up to you and the person you love. Love is like a sock full of jelly beans. You never know which one you're going to get, but you always end up with a happy surprise. It's not about the order, it's about the joy of the unexpected and the soft, squishy comfort that comes with it. You can't plan for sweetness, but you can always count on the fun of the next one. Love is the jelly bean in the sock, wild, warm, and full of surprises. You ever notice how love sometimes feels like a secret language only you and the person know? It's like you're both speaking the same dialect, but no one else can understand it. It's the way you know exactly what they need before they say it, like you're reading their mind, but in a way that feels magical, not creepy. Sometimes love is like that quiet, unspoken understanding between two people who have been through everything together. It's not loud or flashy, it's just there. And it's not about grand gestures or perfect words, it's about showing up, again and again, like a loyal pet who's always there, even when you're not. That's the part that sounds made up, but isn't it? It's like love is this quiet, glowing thing that only you can see, and it's the most real thing in the world. Quick word from our sponsor. If this sounds like something you'd enjoy, take a look at the Stanley Quencher 40 Oz tumbler. There's a link and a QR code on screen right now, and in the description below. Alright, back to it. Myth number 1, busted. Love isn't just about grand gestures or perfect timing. It's the quiet, unspoken understanding that shows up when you least expect it. Like when someone remembers your favorite coffee order, even when you never mention it. It's not about being perfect, it's about being present. Love is the way someone shows up for you, even when they're tired, even when they don't have to. It's the small, steady things that build a life together. So, if you're looking for love, don't wait for the perfect moment. Love is found in the everyday, in the ordinary, in the moments that feel like magic because they're real. And that's the purest form of it. Love isn't a grand myth, it's a quiet, unbroken thread that weaves through life. It's not about the big things, it's about the little things, the small, steady things that make you feel seen. So, myth number 2 says that love is all about grand gestures and fireworks. But let's be real. The real magic happens in little things like the way your coffee cup is always in the same spot, or how you remember the exact shade of my socks. It's not about the grand, sweeping declarations. It's about the quiet, consistent presence. Like how the moon doesn't shout its light, but it's there every night, steady and sure. You know what's really romantic? Someone who knows your favorite song, remembers your allergies, and still asks you how your day was without the "I'm just being nice" vibe. Love isn't about sweeping someone off their feet. It's about lifting them up, one step at a time, without ever needing to shout or show off. So, let's bust this myth. Love is not about the spectacle, it's about the stillness, the rhythm, the little things that make your heart feel like home. It's in the way your dog nuzzles your cheek after a long day, like the universe just gave you a warm hug. Or the way your partner folds your laundry without being asked. Love doesn't need a spotlight, just a quiet moment. It's in the shared silence between two people who don't need words to feel understood, like a secret language only they speak. Even in the chaos of your morning commute, love lives in the way your friend texts you a silly meme at 7 a.m. a reminder that life's still funny. And sometimes, it's just in the way you hold your coffee cup, feeling a little bit more whole than you did this morning. So here's a real-world example that goes surprisingly hard. Imagine someone trying to bake a cake, but the cake is made of glitter and the recipe is written in riddles. They read the first line, "When the moon meets the sky, makes a spark with a sigh." They look up, confused, and then realize it's a metaphor for adding glitter to the batter. They attempt to bake it, but the cake explodes in the oven, sending glitter everywhere like a disco ball gone rogue, and the recipe is now covered in crumbs. In the end, the cake is a disaster, but the person laughs, eats the glitter, and still calls it the best cake they've ever had. So, love is pure, but trying to bake it in a glitter oven? That's a whole other level of love, and it goes surprisingly hard. There's a kind of love that doesn't just exist, it explodes . It's the kind of love that turns quiet moments into a symphony of emotions. It's love that doesn't just feel good, it makes you feel alive . And somehow, it still manages to be gentle even when it's roaring. This isn't just love, it's love on cranked love with a megaphone, love with a spotlight. Love isn't always a perfect bloom, it can be a tangled vine, tripping over itself in the garden of the heart. Sometimes, the more you try to hold on, the more it slips through your fingers like sand in a sieve. You might find yourself in a place where love feels like a storm, wild, loud, and full of surprises. But even in the chaos, there's a strange beauty, like a broken vase still holding its own kind of grace. And sometimes, the worst things that happen are the ones that remind you how deeply you're loved. You think love is just a pretty flower in a vase, but it's also a little bit of a mess. It's like when you're baking a cake and you accidentally use too much flour. It's not the end of the world, but it's definitely not what you expected. You thought you were making something elegant, and now you've got a doughy disaster. Love is like that. It's beautiful, but it also has a way of making you trip over your own feet, or spill your coffee, or forget where you put your keys. The brochure says love is pure, but it doesn't mention the little things that make it feel like you're dancing with a sock full of pebbles. But that's okay, because even though love has its downsides, it's still the best kind of mess. The kind that makes your heart feel like it's been hugged by a giant, squishy cloud. So how did humans even figure out that love is the purest form of joy? Well, they started by looking at the stars, and then at each other. They noticed that when two people looked at each other, they didn't just see reflections, they saw something deeper, something like a mirror of the universe. They realized that love wasn't just about grand gestures, it was about the quiet moments, like a shared glance or a hand held in the dark. And so, through trial, error, and a few millennia of heartbreak, they finally got it. Love is the purest form of joy because it's what makes us feel like we're not just surviving, but living. There's a kind of love that's like a perfectly timed rainstorm, unexpected, but somehow exactly what you need. It's the kind of love that shows up when you least expect it, like a squirrel dropping a nut in your path. It's not grand or dramatic, it's just the kind of love that makes you feel seen, even when you're not looking. And sometimes, it's weird, like a love that comes from a place you didn't know you had. That's the edge case, love that doesn't fit the script, but somehow, it's the most real. What if we took this pure love and twisted it into something chaotic? Like, what if we turned it into a game of love or lose? Imagine love as a weapon, not a shield like a superhero who's more interested in causing a riot than saving the day. What if we used it to manipulate, not to connect? Like, love as a strategy for control, not comfort. It's like taking a flower and turning it into a grenade, still beautiful, just more dangerous. So, love is powerful, but what if we used its power not to heal, but to break? Let me tell you, love isn't like a grocery store sale. It doesn't come with a discount and a buy one get one free deal. It's more like a sunset. You can't rush it, and you can't really plan for it. It's not like a vending machine either, where you just press a button and get what you want. Well, this never had music in the shower. You don't know but you know the way when it does. It's like trying to describe a rainbow to someone who's never seen one. You can mention the colors, the light, the way it feels when you're standing under it, but you can't really capture the magic in words. So, yeah, love isn't like a lot of things. It's more like a whole universe wrapped up in one heartbeat. And honestly, I think that's pretty much all you need. You know, the experts still can't agree on what the purest form of love is. Some say it's a quiet, steady glow like a candle in the wind. Others insist it's a storm, wild and unrelenting. One researcher claims it's about patience, like a tree growing slowly but standing firm. Another argues it's all about passion, like a fire that burns bright and fast. And then there are the ones who say it's not about anything at all, just a feeling, like a song you can't explain but feel in your bones. It's like trying to describe the taste of rain. Some say it's sweet, others say it's bitter, but everyone agrees it's unforgettable. So maybe the truth is, there's no one answer, just a whole rainbow of love, and we're all just trying to find our own color. It all comes down to a clever trick like magic, but with love. You see, love isn't just about grand gestures or big moments. It's in the little things, the quiet, steady kind of magic that keeps things from falling apart. This trick isn't about grand declarations or declarations at all. It's about showing up, day after day, in the same way you'd show up for a friend or a pet. It's the kind of love that's always there, even when you're not looking. It's the trick of being consistent, not dramatic. Like a well-tuned clock, love doesn't need to be loud. It just needs to keep ticking, steady and true, without a second thought. So, the trick? It's not in the words. It's in the actions, the small acts of care that add up to something bigger. Love isn't a moment, it's a rhythm, a beat that keeps things from breaking. And that's the cleverest part of all. You don't have to be dramatic or grand. Just be there, be steady, be present, and let the love do the rest. Beginners think love is a checklist. I'll make them laugh, I'll make them cry, I'll make them feel something. But love isn't a performance, it's a quiet, unscripted dance. Quick word from our sponsor. If this sounds like something you'd enjoy, take a look at the Apple AirPods 2nd generation. There's a link and a QR code on screen right now, and in the description below. Alright, back to it. They try to force it with grand gestures like a fireworks display when all love needs is a single, steady light, one that doesn't need to shine for everyone. Beginners mistake love for a competition. I'll love them more than anyone else. But love isn't about winning, it's about being present even when you're not the loudest voice in the room. They think love is all about the grand moments, the proposal, the first kiss, the big declaration. But love is also the quiet, everyday act of showing up, even when you'd rather be somewhere else. Beginners forget that love isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's a warm cup of tea, a steady hand, or a gentle "I'm here for you" that doesn't need to be said out loud. Before you go, if you enjoyed this, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And tell us in the comments what you'd like us to make next. We read every single one. Thank you so much for watching.
Comment this emoji if you made it to the end.